what is your purpose? It's often something that we don't really think about or talk about a lot. Looking at working out why we're here, why you're alive, is possibly, deep thought and discussion, and these things are something that with the digital technologies and everything, we've moved away from, I guess, mulling on things or chewing a thought, and we've gone to this idea that we're just consumers almost now. We just take what we're given, and we don't actually think about purpose behind why or what or how. So I want to throw it out there and kind of go, what is it that makes you tick? What is it that makes you enjoy getting up every day? What are you working towards? Because I've talked about it before, we have finite time, and the longer that we are not moving towards our goals or achieving our goals, we're actually just burning the candle, and then we wonder why we run out of time. And the last thing I would want for anybody is to get to retirement or that stage of life and have regrets that I wished I had have done whatever, or I wished I had have said whatever. So I guess the major point of working out your purpose is to work out what are your values and what are your goals. I did the Dare to Lead course, and that was fantastic because it helped to kind of do a lot of this thinking about your core being, and learning to accept your core, understanding and defining your core, and then also how you stay true to that, I suppose, and have the integrity. And this is something that I've noticed today, a lot of integrity is gone in general. So try to work out what your values are, and then what doesn't align with your values, is it worth keeping? And this relates to like the digital minimalism with apps and things that are no longer serving you. It can be the same for friendships, relationships. It can be with your job at work. If there's not a drive there anymore, if you're not actually getting purpose or value from it, what's it doing in your life? It's chewing up and wasting time. If it's not helping you to achieve your goals, but what are your goals? What are your short-term goals and what are your long-term goals? It's really important to have the long-term goals off in the distance, but in order to feel like you're accomplishing and you're moving towards something, you need your short-term goals as well. So what are your goals for this next 12 months? The Digital Minimalism book even talks about seasonal challenges and goals. For winter, what are you striving to achieve? For autumn, you can do quarterly. And I think that that's really important because it helps you feel a win, because I think being able to feel a win helps you to stay on target. When you're not actually winning anymore, it really is a challenge, because that 10-year goal of owning or buying a house is so far off in the distance, and unless you create a smaller bite-sized piece of that, you won't achieve that big goal because it's just too monstrous to achieve. So you need to then work out, well, I need to get $1,000 saved. How do I get $1,000 in savings? And work out that. If it means you need a side hustle or something on the side to help you to boost that, then that can be a drive for you. You will achieve more when you have a purpose, when you have a plan, when you have a goal that you're trying to achieve, than if you're just ho-humming it and you're just getting up every day and you're having your breakfast, having your coffee, getting dressed, going to work, coming home from work, going to the gym, going to sleep, getting up, rinse and repeat. That is very groundhog and repetitive. How can you mix it up? How can you put a goal in? How can you set even a weekly goal? My goals for myself at the moment, I'm even down to things like my challenges in the swimming pool in the mornings, is to can I do 5 more laps on top of what I've done? Can I do 10 more laps? Can I do 6 more laps? And it's breaking it down and just going, okay, that's just 4 more up and backs. And when I simplify that, I go, I can do that, and I've got enough energy to do that. And we can then, I guess, mentally rise to the challenge. But when I go, I'm going to swim 2 kilometers, it's like, hell no. Because the distance to my head is 2 kilometers is a long way to swim. I've found this when I've been running as well. I did a half marathon going back, and until I had done my first half marathon to know what 21.1 kilometers feels like, I didn't have that, I guess, bar of reference. Once I had the reference point, I can run a half marathon a lot easier because I now know what I feel like and how to pace myself for that to last at 21.1 Ks. I do not, on the other hand, know how to run a marathon because I've never run a marathon distance. And some might just go, well, it's just double a half marathon. No, that's not true. Because if I ran a half marathon and then tried to do it again, I wouldn't have enough gas in the tank and I wouldn't, mentally be at that point. We also need to accept that mentally our brains and our bodies see the task at hand very differently. And that's even with swimming. Our brain, if we can get our brain on board, it tends to shut down and tell ourselves things that are not true. Same for running. You get to the 10K mark and your brain's now going, oh, I need you to slow down, I need you to stop. Your muscles in your body are like, hell no, I can keep going, I've got plenty to go. You need to learn to train the brain to overcome what your natural instinct or your natural thought is when it comes to blockage. Because when things get hard, it's very easy for our brain to go, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. And we see this with like little kids. They go, I can't do this. And I'm trying to teach my kids, I can't do this yet. But you now need to work on, now you're aware of that blocker, how do you overcome the blocker? I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm going to continue on the discussion around the mental blockers tomorrow morning. So remember to tune in, hit the bell notification. You'll see me tomorrow at 9 AM. Have a good day. Bye.